Let's talk tornado chances. My name is Madison, I'm a meteorologist, and I live in Columbus, Ohio. Let's talk about tomorrow's storms. First of all, if you're in any of these risk categories, any of these risk areas, you do have a chance for storms tomorrow. We do have an upgrade. This was increased from yesterday's risk. Now we have those areas highlighted in orange, which you'll notice is the exact same area that has the highest risk for tornadoes, which is highlighted in brown. Am I super worried about this tornado risk? No. Should you be super worried about this tornado risk? No. Is it possible that we're going to see tornadoes? Yes. In setups like this, we frequently have around a handful of small tornadoes. This risk is pretty darn low. You'll notice there's no lines, there's no hatches. That means that the highest strength that we're expecting from these tornadoes are EF0s or EF1s, both of which are itty bitty teeny tiny tornadoes. And if you're in your house or in your safe place, you're going to be okay. And I think that the much bigger concern needs to be the wind. So this is your wind risk. This is the likelihood that you see damaging wind gusts in your area. And I'll make myself tiny so everyone can see. The highest risk here is in pink. That's a 45% risk of damaging winds. That's really high. That's really high. And the reason why we're worried about this is because of the shape of the storm. So we have two shapes that we've got to watch out for in this storm. We've got clusters or single cells, and then we also have kind of these straight line bowing shapes. The single cells are where we're most likely to see our quick spin up tornadoes. But the lines of storms, different story entirely. So as they kind of get started, they start to bow and arch. You can kind of see that on this radar that I'm showing you. As they move through, the bowing and arching shape is going to be when we see those bursts of really strong wind. And these can do as much damage as small tornadoes. But they're honestly worse because they do damage over much larger swaths of area. Do I think this is going to be a derecho? I don't know. We see setups like this quite frequently. Sometimes they pan out as a derecho. Quite often, they do not. So it has to hold together, consistently produce wind gusts of 58 miles per hour, and then it has to be on the ground for 250 miles. So I'm still skeptical about that, but this does have potential to be pretty strong. I also wanted to show you the smoke. The smoke is going to be moving out over the next couple of hours and should be pretty much out of here after this storm system moves through, which is good news. But there is still potential for that smoke to come back next week. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. With this storm system, there is also potential that we stay pretty cloudy through most of tomorrow, which could limit the development of some of those single cells. But there are other sources of energy in the atmosphere, and there's going to be a lot of that available in other places that this storm can draw from. And in terms of like how I'm feeling about this storm, I'm feeling pretty mixed, honestly. It has the right ingredients, but I do feel like this is a situation where everything kind of has to come together perfectly. And the way this season has been going, I'm feeling a little skeptical. I mean, we're going to see showers and we're going to see some storms, and there's probably going to be a handful of severe thunderstorm warnings at the minimum. But like in terms of like me being like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible, and being like, you don't need to worry about it. I'm somewhere in the middle of like, this could be something pretty impactful, but man, I just feel kind of mixed. There's just a lot of things weighing down each side of the scale on how this could exactly play out. So best bet, keep an eye on the radar. I'll play it again for you. Storms get started in the afternoon after 4 p.m. They start to kind of pick up in steam as we head into 6 p.m. They do seem to be moving through the Cleveland area. I've got a lot of questions about Cleveland. That area is kind of higher in this risk zone. And then they start to move into areas like Pennsylvania, West Virginia, not too worried. You're looking all right. I'm still curious about flooding for you guys when it comes to some of this rain. It's going to be pretty heavy. But that's kind of my thoughts right now. I'll have another update for you tomorrow, especially if anything major changes. I'll have an early update. If not, I'll probably have like a midday update, like 12 o'clock. So stay tuned for that.